All right, let's get into it. I'm going to be reviewing the McGregor versus Holloway situation that happened. I'm not even going to call it a fight because that's not what it was. But I'm going to be giving my breakdown, opinion, and yapping. So let's get into it. Let's play the first clip. This is from Izzy and DJ's new podcast that they have where they're breaking down the fight.
I was talking to Michael. How many times in your whole entire camp have you gone into a fight, just no injuries whatsoever?
No injuries whatsoever. Probably my first ever kickboxing fight. Maybe.
And the rest of your career, you've always had some type
something.
of nagging injury.
All right, so basically I agree with 100% with what they say. Fighters, if you do a camp how you're supposed to, there's going to be hard sparring, there's going to be injuries, there's always going to be something that you're getting hurt. So I agree with it. More times than not, you're going to go into the fight hurt rather than healthy. Perfect example of this is TJ Dillashaw. He even has it in an interview where he's saying that like about 20 times before in his camp, his shoulder popped out leading up to the Aljo fight. And eventually he got to the fight and he couldn't compete because his shoulder popped out. So let's get into TJ's video talking about his injury.
Where I made this little ice pack and I fell asleep on it. I woke up and I like freezer burned my back. It was all like melted, frozen on my back. But again, I just kind of wrapped my head around like, I got to get this done. So the night before a fight, when I'm fighting someone new with all this pressure in the world, and I can't walk the night before, but I go out there and get it done. Mm-hmm. Should I have divulged that information? Should I have divulged the information that my shoulders were blown out against Garbrandt? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just kind of, it is what, I believe there's a lot of fighters that go through stuff like that.
Izzy said that in his fight with Pereira, he was injured, yet he went on to win the fight. A lot of fighters go into the fight injured, yet they still end up winning the fight because fighters are mentally strong, They're still gonna go into the fight believing that there's a chance that they could win. So I really don't have a problem with fighters going into the fight injured. Most fighters are injured in some capacity leading up to the fight. What I do have a problem with is being told lies during media week leading up to the fight. See, Ariel Helwani did an interview with Conor McGregor's coach, and Conor McGregor's coach said that McGregor was 100% this camp and leading up to the fight. Let's hear it.
I'm not going to beat around the bush on it. Should have had the gear on them. So we've been super careful this training camp. He is not a niggle on him, not a bump, not a bruise, 100%, and we'll get to see the best version of him.
Did that affect you guys? Was he mad?
All right, so he's pretty much saying Conor McGregor is 100%, he's healthy, and we're going to see the best of him during this fight. Now, let's say he's not lying. Let's say Conor McGregor was, in fact, healthy and he got hurt right before the fight. A lot of people saw him in the back room warming up, throwing kicks. And they say that he could have gotten hurt while warming up before walking to the octagon, because in the octagon, before he took his shoes off in the octagon is when people were like, wait, that movement was weird. He wasn't putting pressure on the leg that was hurt in the fight. So then these conspiracy theories started. Then we started seeing Mel Gibson talking to Vince Vaughn. I don't believe he got hurt in the back warming up, because then there's videos of him being seen in Newport Beach at the pain management facility. Now, I looked up the pain management facility and just like what type of services they have. They basically have pain medication, they have pain advice, pain studies, and they have fast pain relief through injections. They do pain blockages, and that release any inflammation and pain you may be having. So I'm not saying that's what he got done, but I'm saying that they have videos of him walking into the pain facility, and that could have been what he got done. It would make sense if he wanted to relieve any inflammation and pain he was having before the fight. So I'm just saying that's what makes sense. And just to add on top of that, he got to Vegas late, or he didn't get there as early as he should have. And they touch on it in this same interview.
So, no, but look, he's in a really good space. And I'll apologize. I maybe had a part in him being a bit late arriving, because we were originally going to come in on Friday, and we're up in Newport and it's so beautiful, and I might have suggested, why don't we stay here another few days and just go in at the last moment, because the weather was, the climate's perfect. We got
So, Conor hasn't had a fight in 5 years. This is a massive fight for the UFC. And you're telling me you didn't get there on time because the weather was so nice? I really don't buy it. I really don't buy that that's the reason that they got to Vegas late. I'm not sure if this was during the time they went to the pain facility, if this is when the injury happened or it started giving them problems. It could have been. Or if he was already injured and this was kind of a tactic like, let's get there late so we avoid any media. We don't get in the embeddeds as early, like we're not covered as much, and we mitigate being seen by the cameras or the media and this injury coming to light more. But I just find that you got to Vegas late because the weather was nice. Really? Like, I'm not buying it. So I just feel like the pain management facility, him looking uncomfortable, taking his shoes off, walking into the octagon, I feel like we're not getting the full story.